Okay, guys, it's been awesome to do this series on this game. I actually really enjoy playing it, so I'm pretty happy that I picked it up. I don't know how well I'm playing, so don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. And essentially, the last thing that I wanted to do before I close down this series, I might pick it up later again. There's a few things that I wanted to do. I still haven't gotten to do it yet. But what I really wanted to leave you with is a few thoughts on what I liked and what I didn't like about this game. Remember, it all started with this article called "Poker is a bad game for teaching epistemics, Figgy is a better one." I've been alternating the way that I pronounce the word Figgy because I completely forgot over time what was the correct way to say it. So let me just hear it one last time.
Poker is a bad game for teaching epistemics. Figgy is a better one.
All right, so finally I might learn the correct pronunciation on the last day. So Figgy is pretty awesome. It does help you put yourself in a mindset of trading, which is the whole purpose of the game in the first place. Remember, it was developed by Jane Street, and they actually teach analysts to play this game so that they can facilitate their onboarding faster and they can get them into the right mindset as they start their adventure with the company. So I don't want to make it too long, but I want to tell you one thing that I really liked about the game and one thing that I don't really like that much about the game. I read this article a while ago, so I don't know if it's tackled in here. Maybe it's already mentioned, but in the worst case, I'm just emphasizing something that's properly laid out in here. So just view it as complementary pieces of information. Something that I really liked about the game is that it's just extremely fast-paced, and the learning curve, the amount of learning you get, is just extremely fast. You don't have to wait, and I think that's maybe one of the reasons why the guy Russ Rye compared it to poker. It's true that when you play poker, you essentially have so much time between hands. You play a very low amount of your range. You throw out a lot of cards. You don't start. You can play very aggressive sometime, and it's gonna make you want to play any two cards that you have in your hand. But it's very rare. You really have to be in the zone for that to happen. So the reality of the game of poker is that most of the time you throw away a lot of garbage that you have, and you just really play a few hands that you really want to focus on. And so you end up essentially, especially if you're learning the game, you end up just not learning fast. you just end up being on your phone for a while, and I just feel like the whole learning process is very, very slow. In contrast, Figgy puts you, you basically become you get a trading mindset within 2 hours of playing it. And at first it's way too fast, you get completely overwhelmed by the orders and stuff like that. So you do feel like you just don't get any learning in, but you actually really do. And then it becomes much faster and much smoother to think about the betting, the trading that's occurring, and to start building the foundational understanding of what it takes to make good trades, buy low and sell high. So I really like that aspect of the game. What I didn't like that much was that there is a whole component of the game that I don't really know what it teaches you. And if I understood what it teaches you, I'm not sure it's making the right point. I'm going to explain myself. There's a whole component that we didn't talk about that much, which is the element of bluffing, right? Actually, when you play poker, the way that you bluff is essential. You have to keep a balanced game, because if you only bet a lot of money when you have good cards, when you play, when you play aces, you always raise. People are gonna figure that out pretty quickly, and they're gonna start developing an edge against you. They're gonna start picking up on your pattern, and they're gonna start extracting value from the consistency that you have. So you gotta be very careful at poker. And poker teaches you perfectly this point. It helps you perfectly to balance your game. And this is exactly what you have to do when you're playing advanced probabilistic games under uncertainty. So it's the right point made for the right reasons and in the right way. Figgy tries to emulate a little bit that point. You do have an element, like a component of bluffing in the game. This is what we covered on the last video, where whenever I start with an aggressive hand, I always think, okay, well, I don't even think, I just, do this random generator, and I'm like, okay, do I pursue, obviously, my target suit, or do I not pursue it? Like, do I try to blend in my bets with other bets? And I don't know if maybe I don't have enough experience in trading, and maybe this is something that I would love to discuss with one of you guys, but maybe in there, like, I'm not seeing exactly the point, like, I'm not seeing what it reflects in the real world of trading. Like, if you really want to buy an asset, do you really have to hide this purchase? I mean, maybe you want to hide it from the buyer, like maybe you don't want your buyer to know, maybe you don't want the seller to know that you really value an asset so that they don't raise the price. But do you really don't want anybody else to know that you're making a specific trade, or that you're like pursuing a specific asset? So I don't know, I'm just not seeing the real life analogy of having to create this balanced game and this hiding of your ambitions, it's essentially in the game. So yeah, that might be like one of the downside of the game, except other than that, I really like the game. It's a fantastic game. It goes very fast. You pick up on the learning curve pretty quickly. So I'm definitely gonna keep playing it, and it's a recommendation. I just recommend anybody to play it. So yeah, I hope you liked the series. If you did, I can start doing more of them. So let me know. And if you didn't, well, I mean, for whatever reason, I'm always open to feedback, so just let me know too. And yeah, for me it was really awesome, so wish you the best on your journey to playing Fiji or Figgy. And that's gonna be it. Bye bye, guys.